Maybe you've heard it said many times that pretty girls are often wicked at heart, that they don't cry, they usually fake it, that they don't really love, they only pretend. Why? People say because pretty women's decisions about love are driven by ego, gain, or convenience. People they talk say if pretty girl look you in the face and smile quick quick, make you be conscious of leakages for una pockets.
So, when Bimbo suddenly appeared in Dele's life, people didn't just whisper, they talked super loud about it. They warned Dele, but he dismissed their warnings. As everything comes scatter like glass wey break for Lagos Star Road, they say, Abi, we no tell you. But you may ask, what actually happened? If you dey patient, everything go unfold before una eyes. Follow, make we go.
The first time Dele and Bimbo met was at a glamour event, a tech networking event in Ikeja, Lagos. The hall, was packed full with people like sardine wey dey 14, and the hall was very noisy. There were all categories of people there: startup founders, investors, small chops, fake accents, big dreams, just name it. At that time, Dele was not rich, but he had started to grow. The fintech app he was developing, SwiftPay, was only beginning to secure him some funding. His attire was simple: sky blue shirt and neat black sneakers. He preferred not to be loud. Then, Bimpe walked in. She was tall. Her skin was dark and glowed like a super polished mahogany. She had on a well-braided hair. She was in a fitted coral pink dress. Calm eyes. She didn't try too hard, and that made it worse. As she entered, heads turned, and even the women couldn't resist to watch her.
Wetin be dis o? Dele's friend Bode muttered. Na this kind beauty they come with very high price. Dele chuckled. Here you are again with your overgeneralizations. She'll siphon you both, emotionally and financially, and then dump you. Bimpe wasn't showy. She stayed aloof, no teasing. She asked intelligent questions during the panel discussion about user retention, data privacy, and scale. When the event was over, she walked straight to where Dele was sitting. You are the SwiftPay guy. Abi, I know correct? Yes, you are correct. Your idea is fine, but your backend security needs tightening up. Dele blinked. Excuse me? Bimpe smiled slightly. I am a cybersecurity analyst. That was how it all began. They began meeting, having coffee in Victoria Island, unending chats on WhatsApp. They shared their ambitions. Bimpe showed no signs of greed, paid her bills, drove herself, did not even for once ask for money. But people still gossiped. That girl is too beautiful to be good to any serious man. Bode remained skeptical. Something is loading. Dele didn't give their comments any attention. But somewhere inside him, a small doubt was beginning to form. A tiny seed. And seeds grow rapidly too. Proverb: the lizard that falls from a tall iroko tree nods whether praised or not.
In the next 3 months, their togetherness became more official. It deepened into a strong and vibrant relationship. Bimpe, always with brilliant ideas, gave Dele the right push towards aiming higher in his ambition at every opportunity. Don't think you can't, she'd say. Register in the UK. Pitch to foreign investors. Stop thinking you can't make it. These persuasions of hers at times felt like love. At other times, they felt like pressure.
Then, Dele began a fast expansion program.
New developers were brought in. He spent more money and entered into partnerships, rather too quickly. All these actions of Dele made Bode unhappy. This woman is pushing you too fast. She has full trust in me, Dele snapped. Or she believes in what you'll become. The words felt like a truth bomb. That night, Dele kept awake. But Bimpe quickly fell into a deep sleep. Peaceful, soft sleep. Could it be true this woman is using me? He didn't like himself thinking this way. Then, a door of an opportunity opened. An investor from Abuja, a big one, 10 times their previous funding, showed interest. But the investor came with the condition. The investor wanted majority control. Bimpe met Dele with a frown when he told her, "You shouldn't accept it. But it's huge money, Bimpe, and you lose your company. Or will upsize at speed."
This issue brought about their first argument. "You don't understand business," Dele said sharply. Silence. Bimpe's stare sharpened. "I understand power," she replied quietly. "And once it slips off your hand, you won't get it back." However, Dele signed the deal. Exactly 2 months later, the investor began a restructuring program. Dele lost decision power. Staff were forced to retire. What about Bimpe? She said nothing, just kept on looking. Proverb: the child who refuses his mother's advice will travel with regrets.
Things moved very, very fast. The Abuja investor made new decisions. Dele was replaced as CEO. It was so sudden. Official email, polite language, brutal outcome. Bode didn't hide his feelings. "We warned you, gave you all the things that just weren't adding up." Dele felt deflated. Then, the gossip began to spread. Some inside fellow gave away inside sensitive company data to the company's competitors. Panic stroked the investors. Like wildfire, suspicion galloped. And who had cybersecurity access? Guess. Bimpe. Gossip started growing. She's the leak. She planned it. She wanted control. Dele faced her squarely. "Tell me what I'm hearing is not the truth." Bimpe could not even open her mouth. Just stared at him with disbelief. She felt hurt, badly hurt. "You believe that?" she asked. "I need to hear you say it." Her broken voice said, "No, Dele, I didn't betray you. But only you had that top-level access. And so did your new board." Dele didn't answer. The doubt, tiny as it was, grew into a thick forest. The board suspended Bimpe. 2 days later, she was stopped from consulting contracts tied to SwiftPay. Quickly, she packed her things and left. "Dele, I love you," she said as she was leaving. Past tense. The word caught. Outside, Lagos traffic remained as busy as ever, as if nothing had happened. But things had changed. Total disarray. Proverb: when suspicion gets into the house, love finds its way out through the back door. There was something unusual about Chief Balogun, the Abuja investor. He smiled too much. He looked too smooth, and he looked too calm. SwiftPay was rebranded. Dele was removed from active participation. Bimpe's public image suffered damage online. There were blog posts from anonymous sources. There were ugly headlines. She tricked him into the trap. She knew about the hacked system. Dele didn't put up any defense in her support. He was a man literally sinking.
Chief Balogun invited him for a lunch, somewhere in Lekki. Dele, stop being emotional. Business requires having emotional detachments, the man said. Dele gave a nod, weakly. Chief Balogun continued. Bimpe, she was ambitious, too ambitious. Beautiful women like that, they don't for a moment settle for small life. The words mirrored what people have been saying. She probably wanted a stake through you. When Dele got home that night, anger took the better part of him. He felt very angry. He saw the whole thing as a betrayal directly from Bimpe. He stopped calling her. After a few frustrated calls without answers, Bimpe stopped calling him. Each minded their own businesses and daily activities. Then life seemed to be normal as days passed and weeks rolled by.
Then something strange happened. Benga, a junior developer, sent a private message to Dele. Sir, I think the leak didn't come from Bimpe. Something like a strange feeling ran through Dele. Can you explain? Yes, there's a hidden admin access created after the Abuja deal. Timestamp matches board activity. Dele was transfixed like a statue. Can you substantiate what you've just said? That's a task I can't do alone. At that moment, things didn't add up anymore, and doubt shifted direction. Proverb, no matter how long a lie runs, the truth will catch up. Dele and Bimpe met at a cafe in Ibadan. The cafe was a really quiet place. For the time being, Bimpe had relocated to Ibadan. She looked stronger, but somehow thinner. "Why are you here, Dele?" she asked. "I realized I was on the wrong side," he said. Dele showed her the unusual secrets Benga discovered. Her eyes narrowed instantly. "Give me access. Can you still get in?" She looked at him and smiled. "You forget who I am?"
3 consecutive nights, they walked quietly. They opened laptops. They traced files. They uncovered backdoors. The leak wasn't from Bimpe. It was from Chief Balogun's private assistant, instructed by him. He had mapped everything out. Leak data, crash valuation, remove Dele, acquire full ownership for pocket change. Greed, pure breed. Bimpe leaned back. He wanted your vision without you. Dele felt fire return to his bones. So what do we do? Bimpe's voice was steady. We expose him. But he is a man of great influence and power. And there it was again, that courage he once loved. The difference is that he saw it clearly this time. Proverb, the chicken that scratches the ground uncovers hidden seeds.
They moved with calculated steps. They were very careful. They knew everything had to be done silently until the discovery was fully substantiated. Digital proof, email trails, hidden transfers, all were collected without hurry. Bimpe contacted a trusted journalist in Lagos. Bode joined them in the fight. When the story finally broke, it was with a loud explosion. Screenshots, financial manipulation, data sabotage. There was a huge public outcry. Investors rapidly withdrew from Chief Balogun's other ventures. Regulators quickly stepped in. The board forced Chief Balogun out a few weeks later. Dele was given his former position as CEO. That was done under new terms. This time, Dele no act like mumu. He did the negotiation with plenty common sense. He no rush am at all. He became wiser. He didn't hand over control just like that. He hold on well. Now, wetin happen to Bimpe? Her name was cleared publicly. No blog fit talk rubbish about her name again. Quick, people adjusted their narrative. She no wicked o. She dey loyal o. It come surprise me how quickly opinions dey change. Proverb. Our people say when drum change rhythm, make the dancer change him steps too. Abi na lie.
Beauty is visible. Character is revealed. And sometimes, yes, sometimes, the real wickedness hides behind respectability, power, and expensive suit, not behind a pretty face. Days speed by. Weeks came and come. Later, when another tech event came, somebody whispered again, "Ah, that's Bimpe. She's too fine. Be careful." Dele just smiled. "I am careful," he replied. Careful not to judge. Because he had learned his lessons. Beauty was never the problem. It was people's fear of it, and sometimes their own personal insecurity. Yes, their own insecurity. Proverb. The eye that judgeth by appearance will miss the heart within. I believe you don't pick one or two things from this story. Never rush to judge by appearance. Different people, different character. A beautiful woman fit harbor the best of characters, and an ugly woman will not get character, na double tragedy. But I strongly believe God know they do partiality. You be man, you be woman, watch your character. Make your character shine like Bimpe. Make all see.